Okay, so I'm here tonight with my good friend David, and he has sent me a blind. So they're just marked A, B, C. I've got it in my envelope here. I have no idea what it is. So, okay.
So, and I am drinking your C. So that's what's in my glass tonight.
Now, these are very generous 2-ounce samples. I'm only going to do a little bit of each one, at least to start out. That's my plan. Because we got to get up early tomorrow, and we're going to the Oklahoma City Zoo with the kids and meeting the parents, and that's about a 2-hour drive. So I'd rather not do it hungover.
Yeah, that's probably a good call.
Okay.
I think you're going to enjoy this blonde too. I think all three of these are pretty decent. So did not send you crap.
Good. A and B are very similar on them. No, they're not. They were similar until I did them right back to back. Okay. Hmm. It's like each next one smells like the previous one until you go back and smell the previous. Mm.
there is a there's a relatively common theme amongst the three of them,
Okay.
but that's about all I'm going to say.
Fair enough. That's got kind of a dusty corn note. It's not quite opening the feed bag. Like I don't. Do you deer hunt?
I have, yeah. I know what you're talking about the feet, but yeah.
Well, here in Oklahoma, we can have feeders all season long, and we can hunt within proximity to them, so we keep them full. But that smell,
Oh yeah, we
you rip open the corn bag, I kind of get a little. It's not quite there, but it's a hint of it. Don't quite get it on B. Don't quite get it on C. All right. That's a pretty good label. That's familiar. If I guess, are you gonna tell me?
yeah, I'll tell you. If you guess it, I'll tell you.
Jimmy Red is A Jimmy Red.
A is not Jimmy Red.
Maybe I can edit that out.
I have made some horrible guesses on some stuff. So, well, the last video we did together where I said your rye that you sent me was whatever I said it was. I didn't say rye, I know that.
Hmm. Okay. So they all taste very similar. I think C tastes more like A than B tastes like any of the others. I don't think A has a whole. I'm not going to say it doesn't have a whole lot of proof, but it doesn't. It doesn't drink like it's very high proof.
Okay.
there is there's a there's a funk there that I like. It's different. I don't know. That one's got me stumped. I mean, they all have me stumped. It's not like I've got this shit figured out.
And if I'd have been better prepared, I would have had the bottles pulled so I could show them on camera. But I did not pull them
Yeah.
from where they sit.
Man, these are all damn good. Oh, I didn't know we was going to have visitors.
Yeah, Fur Baby decided he wants to be aggravating, so I just dragged his butt
They
up
do that.
here.
So we just rehomed a dog from one of my friends. And I think I told y'all about her. She's an Australian Shepherd that is deaf. And
Yes.
she is the goofiest damn dog. Like, because the reason she's deaf is she's a double merle. And I guess sometimes they can either be deaf or blind or both. And she can see, but she has no depth perception. And she runs
Oh
into
Lord.
shit and it doesn't phase her. Like, she'll hit the wall. She runs into my wife, knocks her over, just goes on about her day. Uh, but she's an aggravating shit. So we also recently adopted my sister-in-law. She's going through a really bad divorce, and she had a very large dog that she wasn't going to be able to take in. And so, and the dipshit she's leaving didn't want him. So we got him because we were going to get the shelter. And he is a Dalmatian English pointer mix. And he's like a horse.
Oh
And they
Lord.
instantly bond. And she likes to aggravate him. So she'll like he'll have a toy and she'll take it from him and then squeak it at him. But she can't hear it squeak, but she sits there and aggravates the piss out of him. C is very soft. Um, it doesn't drink like it's got a very high proof, and that's not always for me. That's not always an indicator of it having what the actual proof level is. Because I've had some that just you know I'll think it's like 100 and then it's like 133 or some shit.
Right. Some punch way above proof and others are
Yeah,
way below. So yeah.
man.
I will say C I really enjoy, and I mean it's got some legs on it too.
Oh yeah, it's hanging to the glass. I don't know. I don't know if I can get the right angle, but I mean it's there. There's a good mouthfeel to it. Um, the I will say as far as the nose on all of these, A has got it. Um, I didn't really set myself up to score these tonight. I probably should have, but I think I would probably give A at 2.75 on the nose because it's there. Um,
I can see
B
that.
B the nose is good, but you got to search for it. Like even after sipping through it a couple times, it's just what I get is good. I would say probably a 2.25. And I'd say probably 2.25 for C because it's kind of in the same boat. It's like I have to like really draw it out. Man, it's
I'm
been
not even
forever.
sure if I've.
The reason I said Jimmy Red on this on A is just it's been forever since I've had it, but just drawing from memory, that's what I get that kind of dusty corn note.
I'm not even sure if I've gone through and scored all of these. To be honest, that's kind of funny. I mean, I've drank through all of them.
Once I
Drum,
know what they are, if there's enough left, I may do videos and score them. But uh, man,
let, let's see if I've scored these. Pulling up my little handy dandy spreadsheet here. Lord.
hmm, I'm not quite at the halfway point. Just a little bit more. I may have lied to myself saying I'm not going to drink all the way through these.
I have not scored all of these. But I definitely have impressions of them, and I can give you general. But I'm not going to say I'm not going to give you anything that's going to sway you one way or another
Yeah,
until we're at that point.
but try to pick out the notes. I mean, that's just vanilla and honey, maybe some caramel. I don't get a whole lot of oak. I mean, maybe there's something in there that maybe a little oak.
Yeah, I was
And
just
the
looking through. I have
back,
not scored all these, but
I don't know quite how to describe it. It's almost like a biscuit with caramel. About the closest I can come over. It's good.
which one is that in your hand right
That
now?
was that was a.
That was A. Okay. I thought that's where you were, but I looked at the spreadsheet for a minute, lost track of where I was. So
That initial funk that I had on A is gone. It's kind of leveling out. Um, and when I say funk, that's not necessarily bad. It's just sometimes I get a note that I can't describe, and it may be good, but there's just a funk to it. B, I don't know. They have all got legs for days. Like that A is just hanging on to the glass.
yeah, I think all three of these are solid in their own right.
Oh yeah, there's nothing wrong with any of them. Man, I don't even know what to guess. Like you shot me down right at the beginning with Jimmy Red. I don't think I've had any of them. That A was familiar, but just drawn from memory, I was thinking Jimmy Red. Well, that ain't it. So now I'm lost. There's kind of a graininess to B. C, um, it's not quite a bitterness, but I don't know how to describe it. These are really throwing me off because there's a lot going on. They are all good. There's a lot of complex flavors. and there's a lot of I've gotten, and I'm no expert by any means, but
Right.
especially with like starting my channel and actually sitting down and analyzing stuff, uh, I'm starting to find where I can catch another note, and then I like if I have one and I find a note, like the next one I have, I might be able to pick that out again. And I'm like, okay, we're developing stuff here, but all of these are just like here's a bunch of shit figured out, and my brain can't process it. So it, and they don't have any of the telltale notes that you expect with the big distilleries, like Buffalo Trace, you're going to get grape or cherry. Um, uh, Brown Foreman, you're going to get banana. Uh,
Right.
uh, Jim Beam, you're going to get nutty. I'm not getting any of that. So and there's a lot of whiskeys in those distilleries that I don't get those notes on, but some of them, a lot of them kind of have those telltale notes. I, I'm lost. If I was to guess, I would say all of them are no higher than 107 proof.
Okay.
I think C is probably the lowest. Excuse me. I'm going to say 95 proof.
Okay.
I think B is probably the highest, somewhere around 107, and I think A is right around 100. I have no. Oh man, I really didn't. I didn't want to drink all these tonight, but
I'm gonna force you into it.
yeah, twist my arm. See that funk's back, and it's just kind of a grainy. It's dip. Do you happen to know the mash bills of these?
Mm,
I mean, without
I
digging too deep.
I do on I can pull C right away.
Okay.
Um, but I'm not gonna tell you right now because it might give it away.
I mean,
Um,
I'm not one of these people that has distillery mash bills.
I think this one you would probably.
Is C a Jack Daniels release?
It is not a Jack Daniel's release.
Okay. Well, then that's about the only one that I have slightly memorized. Um,
Um, A is 72 corn, 18 rye, and 10 malted barley. If this quick Google lookup that I did is accurate.
Maybe that's where the funk's coming from. Is the rye? It's not a typical rye funk that I get on a higher rye bourbon.
B is a blend.
So
So
this
it's
is
got
a blend of
three different mash bills. B is.
being a blend of mash bills. I'm going to say this is something from. Is it from Bardstown?
None of the mash bills in here appear to be Bardstown
I didn't know if it
in
was
this
one
one.
of theirs where Bardstown, because yes,
Oh yeah, no,
Bardstown distilled.
it's the bottle
Oh,
is not a
some.
Bardstown bottle, no.
Okay, okay. Well, shit. C has kind of a caramely sweetness on the back end that just kind of hangs out, kind of grows on
C is a wild one. There's a lot going on with C.
you. Have you mentioned any of these in the Discord?
Probably.
Yeah. I mean, not that that helps me. I mean, you could have said yes, and I'm like, well, shit. Okay.
I mean, there's a good probability that I have at some point. C is probably the one that's most likely that I've spent any time talking about in Discord. If
Okay.
I've and I don't remember offhand.
Mm,
You tell me when you have them rated 1, 2, and 3, and I'll start giving you some more details on them. Once
okay.
you have your
A
rankings.
is number one. A is
Okay.
absolutely number one. Something different there. Almost a tobacco note that time.
I can see that. That tracks with.
You know,
There's another note that I wouldn't be surprised if you got on it, but you haven't said it.
so I've never been into chewing tobacco. I smoked for a few years. Um, but I have tried. I mean, when I was younger, back way before you was actually supposed to try tobacco, I
Right.
tried. I tried chewing tobacco. I couldn't do it. It was not for me. God did not want me to chew. And but there's that note that I remember from trying, and there's a lot of times on a lot of different bourbons, people mention a tobacco note. And there's some stuff that I can say, okay, I can see how you kind of relate to it. But that was no shit tobacco. And it was
Um,
good.
Side note, speaking of tobacco notes, this is just completely random. I was in a store today and I tried a Doc Holiday 13-year American single malt at 160 something proof,
Mhm.
like 161. And it straight tasted like a cigar, like smoking a cigar. It
Yeah.
was the wildest, like it was just the wildest thing.
Yeah. So, because the World Whiskey Society does those, and I haven't really delved too much into those because they're so ungodly expensive. Um,
Yeah, this would have been
there's the
$140 if I bought it.
so the wine barrel that Matt has mentioned. We were in there one day, and I was looking. They had a Doc Holiday, and I don't know what Doc Holiday it was, but it was like 160 or something. It was like stupid. He was like the guy that owned it. He's like, you don't want that. Like,
Right.
unless you just want money on the bottle, you don't want that. Because I guess whatever release that was, it was like nasty. A lot of times they do those American light whiskeys and other stuff.
Right. This one I wouldn't call like the greatest thing ever. It just really put me in a place like I'm sitting there thinking as to, oh, what is that? And as like at first it kind of like I had this like almost like wood shop. I was like, no, it's not wood shop. It's the when I was a kid being in my granddaddy's wood shop while he was smoking this cigar. I was like,
Oh yeah,
that's what the heck it is.
yeah, I can see that.
And, and I didn't buy the bottle, but if I bought the bottle, it would be for those feels right there.
Yeah,
So it's not because it was great whiskey. It was okay at best, and it was like I said, 160 something proof.
yeah,
But
and I'll have to get into the like I know a lot of the legal stuff on American single malt, but like with bourbon, you can't distill above 160. But like with
right,
American light whiskey, you can distill from 160 to 190. I'm not sure if there's a proof restriction on American single. I
I have
haven't.
no idea.
That's something I'm gonna have to look at because someone asked the question. I don't even remember what page it was on, but it was talking about uh, the difference like a hazmat bourbon and a hazmat. American light whiskey, and one of the things I pointed out was like bourbon has to work to get to heaven. An
Mm-hmm.
American light whiskey can live its entire life from the time it's distilled to the time it goes in the barrel to the time it gets
Right.
dumped. It'll be having
Right.
that the whole way through. Um, so to me, it's kind of a whole different ballgame.
All right. So back on track. A is your winner.
So far, yeah.
Okay.
There's almost a nutty note on B now. Not quite. It's not peanut. I can't quite nail it down. B and C are so damn close. Okay, so now I think A is my clear winner. B and C are so close,
Okay.
and then for different reasons. I think C is number two.
C is number two.
I'm going to go with C. Number two is C.
Okay. So you ready to hear about what you're drinking? So you got A, C, and B.
A, C, B.
All right. Let me pull up my notes. And you have this in that envelope that I sent you, but
Okay.
I've got the same thing pulled up somewhere.
Okay.
I've got a million windows opened up now, so give me just a second to find it. Okay. ACB.
A, C, B.
All right, let me tell you about your third place. We'll just go in order.
Okay.
Your third place is B is Pursuit Double Oaked.
Really?
It is 108 proof.
So I wasn't too far off.
No, not too far off at all. Um, so I'm going to tell you about your winner first, because C, there's a lot of information to give you about C.
Okay.
Um, your winner is well, I say it's a store pick. I think it's a distributor pick. It's Woodford Reserve Music City Selection. It's not double oaked. I wanted to give you a double oak, but the double oaks are so far off in proof from these other two.
Mm-hmm.
Um, this one is 110 proof. It's Woodford Reserve at single barrel at 110 proof.
Wow.
So that is your winner.
Okay.
Um, and it's one of those I've said that Woodford double oaked at 110 proof would be amazing.
Oh yeah. Clearly. Clearly.
Um, but this is it's not a double oak. I really wanted to give you a double oak blonde, but like I said, proof was just too far off to do that.
Yeah.
Um, your second place bottle, and I've not done these blind, so I don't know how this would turn out if I did them blind. I would think that this would be my winner, but then again, it probably, because I think it would be, it probably wouldn't. You know how that goes. Um, this is a Southern Collective double oaked.
Mm.
It is an 8-year MGP 7521-4.
Okay.
This also comes in at 110 proof. Um, what the thing about the barrel that this was done is it's MGP 7521, right?
Right.
The barrel that it went into, this was actually at least the third whiskey in this barrel. The barrel originally was a Buff Turkey barrel. So there was at some point in its life there was some buff turkey distillate. I don't know whose it was, where it came from, anything like that.
Yeah.
Um, then the second thing that went into it, one of my local groups, and I did not get this bottle. I wish I would have, but it just the fates were against me. Every time it was available, I missed it.
Yeah.
It's a Russell's Reserve single barrel that went into this buff turkey barrel for an additional year.
Yeah.
Um, so after that got dumped and they distributed those club picks, Southern Collective got a hold of the barrel, and the guy that's I guess over the club more or less, he works part time at Southern Collective. Um, and Tyler, who is Tyler Boggs, who was in this club,
Yeah.
previously worked at Southern Collective. He's now at Silver Belly, but I think he was very active in their barrel picks and things like that. Dude has an awesome palate, but I think he was involved with this. But anyway, so Southern, I guess because the two of them worked at Southern Collective got this barrel, ended up with this barrel, and they put an 8-year MGP and let it sit for 5 months in this barrel. So there's just a lot going on with this barrel.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Um, I mean, yeah, it's like, oh, it's a buff turkey barrel. It's like not a buff turkey, just the barrel.
Right, right, right. Okay.
But
That's
then,
interesting. I never would have guessed any of this. I definitely wouldn't have guessed this was a Woodford. It's been forever since I've had actual Woodford. And then I've had a couple of the Woodford double O's. Um, but I didn't get any of that on that. So that's crazy. But it was
and I'm excuse
a
me.
little bit right
On
there.
C, I think you said there was like a little bit of a bitterness on the back end. Maybe did you?
I think that was on C, and it wasn't quite bitter, but it was like
It's
approaching bitter.
there's a
And
it's approaching being overly tannic.
no, not even tannic. It's just okay. So like a lot of times when a bourbon is bitter to me, it's not that I necessarily get a dark chocolate note, but it's that
Okay,
bitterness you get when you have a good dark chocolate. And I don't mean like none of that like 95% cacao bullshit.
right.
I mean just a good dark chocolate. If there's a little bit of a bitterness, that
No,
aftertaste you get from that. That's what I get.
so yeah, I'm getting on it where it's not over tannic,
Right.
but if it went any further, it would be overly tannic. So
Yeah.
it's not a bad bitterness,
Right.
but
Right.
this is one of those. A line was drawn in the sand, and they tiptoed right up to that line.
Oh yeah.
And I think if they'd have left it any longer, it would have started going the wrong way fast.
Right.
But they walked right up to it and they got it, and I really enjoy this one.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I haven't had that bottle this long. I pulled them. It's Feather and Hide is the bottle.
Okay.
And I mean,
Yeah. That's
I've gone through a little bit of it.
Southern Collective knows what the hell they're doing. They really
They
do.
do. Here's your winning bottle.
Okay. Yeah.
And then, of
And Sam, and
course,
I've been kind of frustrated with Woodford Reserve because you got the basic one. Yeah, yeah, and then you like have like the double O. And it's like so at the PX I can get it for like 53. Depending on the store, you can get it at 56 to maybe 62, 63, somewhere in there. Just depends
that's
on
about what I'm paying for it, I think.
and then then you have the stupid double O. That's like $200 for an
Yeah.
extra year in a barrel.
And we have that bottle also.
Yeah. And I've been tempted because the PX has it for $166.
Have you tried it?
I have not tried it. And that's why
Okay.
I can't pull the trigger on $166 for something I haven't
It's
tried. That is everything that I've seen, every review I've seen, they're like, if you can get the double oak, go with it.
yeah,
Bypass
I
it.
think that's probably a fair assessment.
But then what
Um,
frustrates me is Woodford Reserve released a they're calling it a barrel or barrel proof or whatever,
Of
double
the
oak.
double oak.
And it's like what's the regular one, like 94 proof, and this one's 96 or something like that. There's
It's like
like a
93 to 96.
yeah,
And it's
and the price jump on that is just stupid.
yeah, because
Like
it's like $100
yeah,
for the bottle.
I've seen it down around like 85 or somewhere around there, but still I can buy the double oak all day long at the PX for 53. Why
Yeah.
am I going to pay 85 to 100 for 3 to 4 proof points? It just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah,
So,
we did the double double. We had a blind of it
mhm,
from a mutual friend. Um and she sent us a couple double oaks and the double double.
mhm.
And if I recall correctly, when we did that blind, it's posted on our page somewhere. When we did that, the double double was hands down the winner.
Really,
Um,
really,
I I don't know. It's not. No, it's not a $200 bottle. It's not. It was not $140 better.
mhm.
But I do stupid things when it comes to whiskey, and I bought one anyway.
Don't we all? Don't we all?
So
Okay, well,
so yeah,
I appreciate this blind. This was awesome. Um, I have had some Pursuit, and I thought they were good. I wasn't blown away by them. Um, I was almost blown away by like this was really good. Um, Southern Collective, I love everything that I've had by them. Even the weeder that Matt didn't like
that
was
Matt
really
Hayes. Man, the
um,
weeded has not been my favorite. And as best I can tell, the weeded Tennessee that they get, I believe they source that from Old Glory.
yeah,
And so looking at Old Glories, as best I can tell from them, their weeded mash bill goes into their Tennessee whiskey.
yeah,
Don't quote me on this. I'm generally wrong. You know that.
yeah,
But yeah, you're just like, yeah, you're wrong all the time. Yeah, I'm like, you just like let that go. But
yeah,
um,
yeah,
so I think it's a weeded Tennessee. They label it as a weeded bourbon, but I think technically it may be a weeded Tennessee whiskey.
yeah,
And it just when I've been at Old Glory and I've sipped through a flight there, I like the bourbon much better than the Tennessee whiskey.
yeah,
So, but yes,
yeah.
Southern Collective, generally speaking, they're doing some good stuff. We were just in there yesterday, um, and I mean they're doing good stuff. I think they don't get enough love. You know, everyone when you talk to NDPs in Nashville, everyone talks up Nashville Barrel Company,
Yeah,
but Southern Collective, don't sleep on them.
yeah, yeah. I haven't seen anything from like Nashville Barrel. I haven't had an opportunity to try any of that. But and honestly, the Southern Collective uh, stuff that like samples that you've sent, and then like the uh, stuff I've got from Matt, like think there's a store up in OKC that has a pick from Southern Collective. Me and Matt were in there the other day, and so I know they're getting distribution at least
Right?
on their picks in somewhere close to my area. I haven't
Is
seen
that
anything in the
George's?
Tulsa area, but over towards Oklahoma City, they're picking some of their stuff.
Is that George's?
I think that one was modern, if I remember
Okay.
right. Yeah, but modern George's and the Spirit Shop are all they're all friends, and I guess the wine barrel, the guy that runs that, are friends with them. So they all get in on the picks and they share the love. Like you can go to any of those stores and find a bottle that is it's labeled one of the other stores because they're the
Right.
ones that picked it
Gotcha.
and they share it. So it was pretty cool to me. But man, I really appreciate this. This was awesome. So now, are you ready?
No, because I've got this in a glass.
Huh?
I've got it in a
You
glass.
got it in a glass. Have you nosed it at all?
I have nosed it, and I'm cussing you.
Well, look, I'm not gonna lie. Um, Earlier today, I got this random text, and it just said, "You son of a bitch." You
I'm
care to take
guessing
a
that
wild guess
random
who that
text.
came from?
I'm going to guess that came from our friend Matt.
Yeah,
Just nosing this, I will second what he has said. What
yeah.
the heck am I? What am I supposed to guess on? I don't even remember what I'm supposed to be looking for. I need to copy that template that was put out.
So you need distillery, spirit. Is it finished? What's the age? What's the proof? What's the price? And what's the bottle?
It's Scotch.
Okay, that's an
I'm
easy.
just going to go ahead and say
Well, just to clear something up, from Matt asked the question, peat is not a finish. Peat is more of the start.
that's not. Oh God, the back end. Ah, on the palate, it wasn't terribly offensive.
Yeah, yeah.
The finish, oh God,
So
Ed,
I'll
what
be
the?
real honest with you. It's been a while since I've revisited this bottle. Not this particular bottle, but this offering. This was the first peated Scotch that I ever tried.
Okay,
Um, a
that
friend of
should
mine.
if I was paying attention, I'd probably know what this was then.
Well, I don't know that I've ever mentioned it in that
Okay,
manner, but I finally a friend of mine was trying to get me into Scotch, and for the longest time I didn't want to touch it because my only experience with Scotch at that point was J&B Rare, and that's just nasty shit. And that's a blend, and it doesn't compare to a single malt. But
so
uh, I had
I,
tried some single malts, and I liked them, and I finally just on a whim I bought this bottle, and I was in love. Now the thing about it, the weird thing about it is like as I was getting into Scotch, I tried a bottle of Johnny Walker Red Label.
uh-huh.
And Johnny Walker Red Label tastes like somebody took a used bandage that was maybe wet from sweat or whatever and smoked it.
Oh, oh,
It is like
God.
a smoked, used, wet bandage. It's just nasty. And I could not. It is one of probably three whiskeys in my entire life, regardless of category, that I could not drink.
And
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 that
I'm texting you my guesses just so we have them written down.
okay. Um,
Um,
But I tried this and I got that medicinal iodine band-aid note, and it was like I was like, oh my god, this is good. How does that work? Because Johnny Walker Red Label was so freaking nasty. Um, but what's weird is this bottle I don't get it as much. Which, granted, that was damn near 2 years ago.
man, I'm struggling with guessing a distiller because I just don't know enough about Scotch.
Yeah.
Um, what all am I supposed to be guessing on this? Let's say I'm writing this text out.
Okay. So
I'm gonna say
distillery.
I'm gonna say 80 proof Scotch. I'll just say 10 years old.
Okay.
Um, because it's you, I'm gonna say I know that you find whiskey at lower prices. I mean, and you like some of the so I don't think this is a terribly expensive bottle.
Yeah.
Just just knowing, I'm gonna say it's about $40. Um, not finished. I need to let me try this again. The finish of it to me, like I really get the peat on the nose.
Mhm.
Um, there is a fruitiness underneath that though.
Yeah. Oh
Uh,
yeah. It's
like
there's
I can smell. I can get that single malt underneath,
mhm. If you give it a
and
chance, there is more to pick out.
I can tolerate this. I could drink this up until the finish.
Yeah.
When I'm getting that a nice fruity single malt nose
Mhm.
on the palate. I'm getting the smoke. I'm getting the peat. It's there. Um, the finish though, and it wasn't as bad on that sip. My
Which tells
mouth
you
tastes
that just tells you the more you drink it, the better it gets.
arguably, maybe doubtful. Right now, my mouth tastes like I've just been on like hot boxing cigarettes.
Yeah.
Like those, my mouth tastes like those nights that I went out to the bar and it was just lighting one off another.
Yeah.
And that taste in my mouth the next morning where it's just stale cigarettes. And that's what's real. That is the biggest turnoff to this.
Yeah.
Um,
There is a smoky. So uh, think having a kind of a damp campfire by the seaside. That's kind of what I get out of this.
okay.
Now, like I said, I don't get it. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because my palate's developed, but I don't get any of the medicinal notes that I typically get on this one.
I mean, I wouldn't say that I'm getting medicinal on this. I'm just
Yeah,
I'm getting it. It tastes like I ate a cigarette butt on the back end,
yeah.
and that's what's turning me off. I'm
To me, I get more just the ashy campfire as opposed to the cigarette.
yeah. I mean, it's yeah. I guess maybe, and it's just like
So you're
the
saying
longer
y'all
it
just
sits in this the longer it sits in this glass, the more the single malty fruitiness, that lightness comes through.
mhm, it does. I think you're going to be an easier convert to Scotch, including peated, than Matt is.
I'll drink a non-peated scotch.
Oh yeah. Yeah. But
I just I
I
can't get
think if
past
you
the
find
finish
the
on
right
this one.
peat, and that's the thing about peated Scotch is this brand of peat will it might there may be some similarities, but it won't taste like the next brand of peat. So it depends. I mean, maybe you just got to find your right brand.
Maybe I mean, and
Like
I don't.
we talk about some, and it takes more like you talk about campfire or fireplace or barbecue or smoked meats. You just got to find the one that resonates with you.
I'm gonna. I mean, I don't know. I don't even know what this bottle costs. I just texted over to you. I'm gonna say it's Ardbeg, Ard whatever, Ardvart 10 year. Um,
Go ahead and
let's,
scratch it off.
did I guess everything I'm supposed to guess?
Uh, I mean, you said price,
I
you said
said I
distillery.
texted you. I just sent you a text. 80 proof Scotch, 10 year, $40, not finished Ardbeg.
I mean, close enough. I can. What I'm doing is I printed off the spreadsheet and I'm going through and making everybody's notes. And whenever I get everybody's guesses, I'll start plugging into the Amanda's document.
I need that would be a good idea to print that off for when I might have.
What I did was I emailed it to myself, converted it to Excel's, and then printed it because for some
Did
reason
I miss?
I couldn't print it from just the sheets document.
Did I miss any of the things that I'm supposed to guess?
Okay, you said distillery spirit. You said it's not finished. You guessed the age of 10 years. You have the proof. You said the price, the bottle.
I mean,
Uh,
I don't know. Is Ardbeg? I guess it's the same distiller. I don't know who distills
the
Ardbeg. So
a lot of it, like you get with, like let's say for example, this was Ardbeg. Ardbeg would be this distillery. They have like the Wee Beastie, the 10 year, Anoa, Court of Reckon, Ugadal, uh, and then other releases. So that would be the bottle. Uh,
okay, Golly, is this Lefroy?
It is.
I'm trying to scratch off the. Now, I was under the presumption, I guess, that Lefroy was more of was more of a peaty. Was one of the more.
It's to me it's kind of punchy. This bottle is just really mellow. Like it really is. I don't know. Because like I said,
No,
this
I
is the
got.
first one I got. And I got medicinal, I got iodine, I got band-aids, I got smoky. Like the best way, the most gentle way I could describe the first time I ever tried this was if you took wet wool and wrapped it in seaweed and set it on fire and put it out with iodine. That's, but in a good way. That's Lefroy. This bottle is not as much that, and I don't know. For me, I don't know if it's because my palate has changed over the last probably year to year and a half since I've had it. Um, I don't know what's going on, but this bottle is a lot more mild than what it normally is. Now, um, weird thing about peat is like they can measure that. They measure it at the
Um,
at the time that they malt the barley. They dry out that malted barley. It's measured then it goes into the mash, then it gets distilled. So anytime you see a bottle that lists the parts per million of the phenols that create that peat flavor, that's pre-distillation. Um, there's one out there called Octomore, and it is touted as the most heavily peated,
it's
and it
like
is.
300 ppm or something,
Yeah,
isn't it?
anywhere from like 150 to 360 ppm. Brutal. I've never tried it. I want to. I put my hands on a bottle the other day. It was $265,
Wow.
and I can't I can't drop the hammer on $265 for that, knowing for sure I'm going to like.
Yeah,
And
for sure. I'm the same. I can see the Band-Aid thing because I can get that. I don't
yeah,
enjoy that.
yeah, it's
I'm
okay.
not enjoying.
So I will tell you. So like an actual Ardbeg is not so medicinal. Port Charlotte, which is made by Bruichladdich, which
Mhm.
makes Octomore, is not as medicinal. Um, I've got a Killoman uh, on the shelf. It's not as medicinal. So it's the peat is not always medicinal. One thing that I think that you would probably like, and I've got it on the shelf. I may send you a sample. Oban 14. When I taste it, I don't get any peat on it. But I was sitting there the other night sipping on it, and my wife was like, "No," and I'm like, "What?" She's like, "I smell peat." And I'm like, "I don't smell it. I don't taste it. Nothing."
And
Um,
I'm coming back to it again. And I'm smelling more peat. The peat's coming through more so than the.
yeah, yeah. But then Amanda sent me a sample of the Oban 15, and it was more peat. So, and the funny thing about some of these distilleries is, like, you would think that the whiskey would be the same whether it's a 15 or a 14, but like the 14 got finished different than the 15 did. So it's like completely different bottle.
This this when I keep it on the front of my palate, like right on the tip of my tongue in my
Mm-hmm.
mouth, I'm like, okay, this isn't that bad.
Yeah,
It's when I move it to the back, when it hits the top of my palate, the top of my mouth, is when I get that smoky ashtray Band-Aid taste. That
yeah.
is just really off-putting for me.
Well,
So,
it'll get better the more you drink it.
well,
That's the
I'm
key to
trying to get my
Scotch is you
wife to
drink
come up.
it
I'm
until
trying to
you
get my
like it,
wife
and
to
then
come
you
over
move
here
on
and
to
try this.
what's that?
I'm trying to get my wife to come over here and try this, and
Yeah, tell her she needs to.
she is staunchly opposed. She's sitting across the room right now, She says she's already had one. She tried that single malt that hazmat today, and she hated that. Hey, come try this. Come try it.
Tell her I said please.
Ed says
I've already had gross things today. I'm good.
she says she's already had gross things today. This is one of those things you should try it to say you've tried it.
Absolutely.
Um,
Absolutely.
I will never buy a bottle of this, Ed.
Well,
But I've tried it. I
you
have
tried it, and
tried it.
that's the main thing.
And I did not die.
And you didn't cuss me.
You are a son of a bitch.
Yeah, I am. I didn't introduce you to her, but she's dead.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, we're about to run
Um,
out of time again, so
I I love the Advent stuff. I'm glad you enjoyed.
yeah, this was fun.
So,
Yeah. All right, appreciate it, brother. Thank
all
you.
right, I'll catch you on Discord.
All right, we'll see you.
All right, bye.
Bye.